Hello and welcome everybody to today's video. Welcome to the Vee Academy. My name is Crumbrion, Professor Crumbrion, if you would. And today, we're going to be taking a look at a wonderful game that we played on Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. And be happy to get your reactions to it. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this kind of content. If you want to follow me and watch games in real time, check me out on twitch.tv/Crumbrion. For now, let's go check out the game. Thanks for watching.
3, 2, 1, go!
Hello YouTube, welcome back. We have another video here for you today, and it's not a Gardevoir video. I know. What an amazing time. So we have been testing around with the Mega Lucario deck. We've been tinkering with the starter Mega Lucario deck that we get off of TCG Live. You can get that right now just for playing the game. It gives you a nice starter Mega Lucario deck, actually pretty competitive one, right off of the tip. So definitely log in, get that right away. So gives you the Solrock, gives you all the pieces you need. We've changed a few things in this list, which will come up over this match, but pretty decent opening hand for us. We start Solrock, not exactly inspiring because we don't have a way to get Lunatone, but we have the Solrock, we have the Gravity Mountain, we have the Mega Lucario in hand. So our opponent, starting off the Mega Kangaskhan, we see the grass teal mask Ogerpon come down. So a little bit confusion, maybe what are we playing here, but we're going to find out very quickly. One thing I do enjoy about Mega Lucario, it has the ability to overwhelm your opponent very quickly. So you have to make sure that if you're playing against it, that you have to take that into account. So this is going to be a Venusaur deck that we're facing up against. So not great news for us because Solrock and Lunatone are both weak to grass. Mega Lucario is weak to Psychic, so we do avoid that grass type weakness. Mega Kangaskhan is weak to Mega Lucario, but Cosmic Beam does not do weakness or resistance on Solrock, so we have to keep that in mind as well. So our opponent's going to have kind of an insanely strong turn on this one right now. They're immediately going to get Ogerpons on the board, teal dancing all over the place. They get the Bulbasaur down. They get lots of energy moving around, moving and shaking here. So our turn, we get a second fighting energy. So not a very good turn for us. We have to attach pass. We can't even attack because we don't have a Lunatone. The attack does nothing if you don't have Lunatone. So Mega Kangaskhan here is going to be able to draw a couple cards for my opponent. Just kind of waiting for things to happen at the moment. So Gravity Mountain, I don't want to put that down because I know they have Forest of Vitality. Forest of Vitality allows them to evolve grass type Pokemon as many times as they want during their turn. They grab TM Evo here, which is a bit of an oddball play. I guess it's kind of insurance if you whiff your forest, I suppose, but they have the Ivysaur immediately. Off of the Lilies here, they're going to I believe they get their stadium off of that too. So yeah, Forest of Vitality comes into play. They immediately have Venusaur. So they get a second Ivysaur because they just played the Bulbasaur down. Forest of Vitality going into full effect here. Venusaur EX. So not the Mega Venusaur on this one. Grass energy goes down to Kangaskhan. Another strength of this deck is that the Mega Venusaur deck can move around energy wherever it wants to, right? It can move around energy wherever it needs to move it around to. So they are going to TM Evo into the Mega Venusaur this turn. So they're running the Dangerous Toxawhip Venusaur EX with Mega Venusaur. Pretty formidable combo. So Gravity Mountain does come into play, reduces the Mega's HP and the EX's HP because they are Stage 2 Pokemon. So we're going to retreat Solrock into Mega Lucario here. Mega Lucario is going to be able to attack. We have the Vitality Band. Vitality Band not doing enough here for knockout, unfortunately, even though it is weakness, doing 140 times 2. Vitality Band, including in Lucario, does allow Solrock to hit for 80 damage, which can be pretty significant in some matchups. Allows us to hit or a large amount. With Mega Brave, it allows us to hit for 280, which can be very significant in some matchups with Gravity Mountain as well. So pretty good stuff here. So we put their Kangaskhan into a bit of trouble, right? It's a bit of trouble. We unfortunately we get the attach back onto Solrock. Not really a whole lot going on for us right now, right? We can't do a whole lot. We have nothing in terms of board state, so this is probably as dead can be for this particular deck right now. So we're kind of going through it. We're kind of going through it right now. So they're going to solar transfer here. They're going to load up onto Venusaur. So they're pretty confident that they can get this Kangaskhan out of the active slot, or they're looking at just putting everything onto Venusaur, because they're looking at sacking the Kangaskhan. So we'll see what they do here. And they hit Turos. They hit Turos, which means Mega Kangaskhan is no longer a liability, no longer a 3-prize liability for them. They're never putting that back into play. Out comes the dangerous Toxo Whip Venusaur. So how the heck are we going to be able to do anything to this? It is doing 150 damage, confusing and poisoning us. This is not good. We're in absolute danger right now. But come to the rescue, Lilies. Incredible top deck at the right time. So we have Riolu, we have Fighting Gong. So we grab Cornerstone Ogerpon, which is an addition to this deck that I have put in. We have 2 Fighting Gongs, which means we can go grab Lunatone. Getting Ogerpon here is important because Ogerpon will wall their entire deck except for Venusaur. Venusaur can still confuse and poison Ogerpon, so that's going to be a bit tricky for us. But we want to make sure that we get things established here. We can use Lunatone, we can throw an energy away with Lunatone here as well, so we can get Ogerpon continually powered up. Lunar Cycle is going to throw away that energy, draw 3 cards. Incredibly strong draw system in this as well. So we have Ultra Ball. Want to put another Pokemon down. Thinking about putting the second Lucario down. Put down the Riolu, but don't want them to have something to boss into or anything like that. So we're just looking at Aura Jab, because getting a second Mega Lucario set up might be good, might be bad, but we're not sure how we want to play this just yet. But we're gonna go for Aura Jab, flip a coin, and we flip heads. Confusion. Through Confusion, so we're gonna hit for damage here, and we're gonna get to power up Ogerpon. So our play here, we don't want to put too many prizes in play. That's why I didn't put down the Riolu on this turn. If they knock out Mega Lucario, that's 3 prizes. If they knock out Lunatone and Solrock, it's 2 prizes. That would leave them with 5. They have no way of taking out Ogerpon. So I want to make sure that they don't have a prize map outside of trying to find a way to deal with Ogerpon. So my issue is that this thing can heal every single turn, which is a problem for me. It can heal every turn. It can confuse and poison me. So how do I deal with that from an Ogerpon perspective? I cannot do enough damage to it turn over turn, and I can't keep flipping over Confusion, especially when they have ways to continually heal themselves, remove Pokemon from board, and then immediately get the Pokemon back out and put all the energy back to it. Very tough, but they whiff the KO here by 10 damage. They are 10 damage off of knocking out Lucario. Very incredible timing for us, because we have Kieran in our deck, right? We have Kieran in our deck. It's an addition that we put in here as well. So Kieran allows us to either switch a Pokemon with one of our bench Pokemon, or do 30 more damage to an active Pokemon EX. We have Kieran and Switch in the deck. We drew Kieran here, so we're going to use Kieran to switch out, which removes the Confusion and Poison. Means that we can now attack with Mega Lucario. Mega Lucario can go back to the active slot. We have Night Stretcher to grab that fighting energy back into our hand. Now we can attach for turn. Mega Brave will knock out the biggest threat that this deck has against us, Mega Venusaur. 280 damage because of Vitality Band. Vitality Band not really super significant here. However, the extra damage that we did with Aura Jab, the extra damage that we're doing with Mega Brave now, pretty evident. There we go, 360 damage. That's swinging well over, even if we didn't have Gravity Mountain. So we get Boss's Orders, we get Makuhita. Again, we don't want to bench too many things here, because again, we don't want to give them a way out of dealing with this Ogerpon. And now we're just kind of cooking. because they're going to take 3 prizes here, obviously. I'm going to attack with Ogerpon. I'm going to be able to take out Mega Lucario, take 3 prizes. But the biggest threat for us is now gone. Their Venusaur EX off the table means that our Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon here is going to be in a very easy breezy position to carry us through the rest of this game. So we could establish a second Lucario. That is a possibility that we could do. However, we're not swinging into 400 HP with Lucario. That's kind of out of range. Even with all of the damage boost in the world, we don't have a way of hitting over 400 damage, which that Mega Venusaur EX is going to have 450 HP with Hero's Cape on it. There's no way we're hitting that. And they have ways to heal it with Wally, I'm sure. Wally's Compassion is likely in this deck because they can take all of the energy off of Mega Venusaur, use Wally's Compassion, put all that energy back on Mega Venusaur, and then we're right back at square one. So to avoid that situation, we just have to be pivoting and attacking with Ogerpon into this kind of deck. Otherwise, this would be an auto loss. Honestly, it would be a very, very straightforward loss for us. We would not have any options. So they're going to attack with Ogerpon here. Establishing the 3 energies on Ogerpon for the KO. All we have to do now is attack with our own Ogerpon. We bring in up our own Ogerpon, and we just start hammering because they can remove damage counters from Mega Pokemon with Wally. They cannot remove damage counters from Ogerpon unless they're Turoing it. So we need to keep that in mind. We do have options here because we drew the fighting energy. That was good. We have Lily's Determination here as well. We have boss's orders. We have lots of different things that we could do. So losing the boss here sucks, but we need a bit more. We get 2 Premium Power Pros, which is very nice, and a boss's orders as well. With a fighting energy, allows us to Lunar Cycle this turn. Lunar Cycle grabs us a switch as well. So in case we get bossed around, we have a switch in hand. We have an answer for anything that we're looking at. So we're going to hit Demolish for 140. And now our opponent can't do anything. They can knock out Solrock, they can knock out Lunatone, but they cannot take 3 prizes. All of their Pokemon have abilities, which means all of their Pokemon cannot do a single thing to Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. And all we have to do is just chill for the rest of this game now. Theoretically, we could wait and deck them out. You know, that's the lame way. Or we could just continually attack. Now they've benched another Ogerpon, another Pokemon with an ability that they can't do any damage. Opponent thinking about what they want to do here. So they are going to boss up, and they are going to take out Lunatone. And at this point, we don't need a draw engine. We don't need them to do anything here. So like Lunatone doesn't need to be alive at this point. So they're protecting the Mega Venusaur. I'm going to put the Ogerpon, move all the energy onto the Steel Mask Ogerpon on the bench. And then they're going to play, I believe, Switch. They're going to use Switch from hand. Yep. And then they hit the Switch. Preserve the energy in play. Obviously, they'll have the attack with Mega Venusaur. Might have been a better option for them to try and Mega Venusaur to remove the damage off of the board, but you never know. Hindsight. So, Lunatone does get knocked out here. Obviously, they're going to take a prize. And so we have boss's orders in hand. All we need now is a 3rd Premium Power Pro, and we're going to be in pretty good shape. So we have boss's orders to take this knockout. So we're just going to complete the knockout here on their Teal Mask Ogerpon. Not really anything else that we need to do. We're not going to put any more Pokemon in play. They're going to have to go through Ogerpon and be honest about it. We're on a 2-2-2 prize race right now. We're in a very clean prize map. So one more knockout here. Premium Power Pro taking off the prices, and you see Salvatore taking off of prices. This is one thing that I've added to this deck as well, which is a very interesting card to be using, because if we wanted to next turn, we could put Riolu down and then use Salvatore to evolve it to Mega Lucario instantly, because Mega Lucario does not have any abilities. We can search the deck for an evolution of a Pokemon and evolve that Pokemon if it does not have any abilities. So Riolu would be able to, and that can be done on the first turn that you play it. So it is a nice little way to ambush somebody with Mega Lucario. It's a one of in the deck right now, and it's a very cool thing that you can do as kind of an aha moment. to put, but the downside is you can't Mega Brave unless you play something like, if you play something like Energy Switch in the deck, you probably could just instantly Mega Brave off of that as well. Attach, you can retreat to it, attach, and then Energy Switch to it, and then instantly have a Mega Brave out of absolutely nowhere and ambush them from it. So they're going to solar transfer all the energy off of the Ogerpon here. I would assume that this play here is that they were believing that they were going to be able to get one turn to try and draw their forest so they could get their second Venusaur back out, and then have the Ogerpon absorb it, and then potentially Turo the Ogerpon damage right off. So that's what I would assume that they're happening on this turn. They have no idea that we have game in hand. We have 3 Premium Power Pros. We're just going to slam them down. 1, 2, 3. We're hitting for a whopping 230 damage. Ogerpon's demolishes the opposition, takes out their Teal Mask Ogerpon for our last 2 prizes. So the additions to this deck have been very fun. I've been enjoying Lucario. Potentially E-Switch might be a good option in this deck if you're running Salvatore. I think one of the biggest weaknesses in Mega Lucario was not being able to get Mega Lucario out after like fast enough or early enough, and I think Salvatore does help that to a point. This deck does run Secret Box, kind of allow you to facilitate that stuff as well. Grab your stadiums, grab your supporters, grab your items, grab your tools, all those things that are very important for you to do in this matchup and in other matchups. But personally, I think Secret Box is a better one. I know the deck comes with Max Belt. Max Belt does allow you to hit that 320 mark, which can be pretty significant into some decks, especially with Gravity Mountain. But I would say, give it a try, see which variant you like. I think Secret Box allows you a bit more flexibility, allows you to do a bit more, discard more energies, get Aura Jab more powerful, right? All that sort of stuff. It allows you to be a little bit more flexible with the deck. So if you have liked this, find the deck list in the description below. If you like it, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike the video. And if you've enjoyed so much, you want to drop a subscription on the channel, will help create videos, more stuff like this. Let me know you want to see this type of stuff in the future. So thank you guys so much for showing up to class today. Appreciate you watching the video here at the Vee Academy, and we will see you in the next video.